Hi students, welcome back to Introduction to Sociology. In this chapter we're going to be talking about socialization. So as always we define our terms. So what is socialization? Well, socialization is the process by which others teach us how to behave. Socialization passes on culture. Without socialization, one wouldn't know how to speak. One might not even know how to walk. All of these things are taught to us. So we could say that socialization is the way in which culture passes down to us how to behave. So according to sociologists and a lot of psychologists, we pass through certain stages of development. And in each stage, we learn different rules of how to behave. So a baby is born without any culture, but eventually through early childhood and adolescence and in the adult stages, one learns how to behave in certain situations. Now there's many agents of socialization. The first, of course, is the family. Not everybody has a family. Some children are born in orphanages. But for most of us, the family is the first agent of socialization. But what I mean by agent, I mean the institution that has the power to kind of shape how we behave in society. So then, after the family, the next agent of socialization would probably be school for most children, at least in modern society. School is usually the second agent of socialization. So once you leave the family and you get out into the world, you get out into school, you're going to be taught different things by different people and expected to behave in different ways. So you have to learn a whole new set of rules. So then, when you go to school, obviously your teachers have an influence on your socialization for most of us. Your friends that you meet in school also are a tremendous agent of socialization, especially during adolescence. Other tremendous agents of socialization, especially in modern times, are the media. The media, through social media, through movies, through music, all of these things socialize us and teach us forms of acceptable behavior and non-acceptable behavior. Now, socialization really never ends. Even when you become an adult and think that you have been socialized, there's always a new stage of development that most of us go through. I'll give you a couple of examples of that. When you reach the age of 18, some people might go to college. Well, college would be a tremendous agent of socialization. For some students, you're away from home for the first time. You might live in a dorm, so you're making new friends, there's new rules to follow. And even those that aren't living at the dorm and are living at home, you still have new development stages, so to speak, to go through when you go to college. You have new rules to learn. College, as many of you are seeing, is not like high school. There's different ways of learning and knowing how to act in a college atmosphere. Another example may be joining the military. The military is a huge agent of socialization for some people who choose to join the military. Here we have what we call a total institution. This is an institution where you have to learn several new ways of acting and being. For example, in the military, you're told how to dress, you're told what to eat, you're told proper ways to respect authority, you have to learn the hierarchy. So this total institution that involves the individual from the time they wake up in the morning to the time they go to bed at night has tremendous effect on socialization. And we refer to this type of socialization as re-socialization because you've already gone through stages of socialization in civilian life, and now you're entering into a total institution. Another example might be a nursing home. Even for people that have a disease or some type of disability where they would have to maybe go into a nursing home and receive 24-hour-a-day care, they would be going through a re-socialization because not as strict as the military, but this is also a total institution because you are in this institution from the time you wake up in the morning to the time you go to bed at night. So even in old age, we are at times required to be re-socialized, to learn new rules, to learn the new culture, to answer to people that we previously hadn't had to answer to. So socialization really never ends in one's life because we're constantly going through different stages of our lives. Societies really socialize youth or individuals in different ways. For example, the Yanomamo is a hunter-gatherer society in the Amazon region of South America. Here, boys are taught, they're socialized to be very physically aggressive. And then on the opposite end of that spectrum, you have a society like the Amish. Here, the boys and the girls and all of society is taught to be very submissive. So here you have one society where you're taught certain rules of behavior, and another society that those rules might be entirely opposite. Even in our own society, we see differences of socialization for boys and girls, for example. To varying degrees, Americans socialize girls, tend to socialize girls, to behave in one way and boys to behave in another. So many girls are socialized into what sociologists refer to as the princess culture. So in this chapter, we ask, could this be harmful to be socialized in this strict princess culture where little girls are taught to behave in a certain way? So the next question we need to ask is, what happens when there's no socialization? What happens when a child is denied most contact with other individuals? In other words, with the social world. So you're going to meet a little girl on a YouTube video. Her name is Danielle, and she's from Plant City, Florida. And the video is going to show you that this little girl was found by the Plant City Police Department in very, very neglected home situation. She was kind of a prisoner in a room. She never spoke to anyone. She was given food. She didn't have any socialization with friends or very little socialization with family members. So how did this lack of socialization affect her? You're going to see in the video the dire consequences when a child has no socialization. You're also going to see or meet a man by the name of Chris Langan. Chris Langan was socialized, but he was socialized in a way that didn't encourage him to get an education or to expand his mind. Chris Langan, by some psychologists, has been noted as the smartest man in the world. Yet, even with his brilliance, he never graduated from college. So what happened in his stages of development that would keep someone that you would think would reach the highest academic achievements from not even being able to complete college? So you're going to meet these two individuals, and they tell us the importance of socialization. So I hope you enjoy this chapter. As every chapter, I think is very interesting. As you read through the chapter, try to think of ways that you were socialized and ways that had the most impact on you. So I'll see you next time.